It's all the pain. It's all the pain.
Person who defrauded you lives there, or to tell us about a crime that happened.
Oh yeah.
So basically, man. So basically, what he's talking about, and again, you can check that video if you want to watch that full video. It's on T-Lo's channel, T-Lo 57. Check it out, man. He's talking about some real stuff. You know what I'm saying? Basically, like the perps, people think they on the outside looking in, the perps got it bad too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're controlled.
You feel me? They be applying it. How you think they able to keep on doing all this stuff they do? Like if you look at the levels of
the perpetrators are being controlled too.
They line up all the way until they get to a certain degree, and then they tell them the truth about what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? Which is the worship of Lucifer.
Luciferian
agenda.
agenda.
A certain degree to get all the secrets and get up to the levels. It's the same thing with the perp program. They being blinded, and they like, well, we need you to do this, or you know what I'm saying? You don't get stopped. You feel me? So us being targeted individuals, they despise us because, you know, in a sense, we have our freedom. We still have our souls.
Yeah.
We still got an opportunity to make it into the kingdom. How many first you think is really gonna repent and really go back and go back against these people and make it into the kingdom? I don't think it's gonna be a lot of them that's gonna repent. And you're definitely gonna see no first exposed. You know what I'm saying? Because they take off and they will die if they expose that program. You know what I'm saying? Shalom, what up, tortured, attacked, and targeted. What's up, TNT? What up, Mr. Terry? That's right. And what they don't really realize is that they're playing a part in ushering in the new Lord. But, you know, as Frankie Y'all, me and her talk, he said, how can they not believe that they ain't going to turn on him once all this gets established? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Absolutely crazy, man. To think that these people really
Just to keep it real, you know what I mean? If I go a week or two without sleep, look, I mean, come on. If they're torturing me, come on. You know, all things are permissible, but all things are not, what's it called? They're not always to your advantage, you know? Don't spy out the liberality that I have in Christ to try to put me into bondage and take me back to live under the law. Jesus Christ redeemed me from the law. I'm not bound by that anymore. I live by the Spirit. Are you so foolish, having begun in the Spirit, are you now made perfect by the flesh? They want to take us back and put us under their laws. You suffered so many things in vain, if it be yet in vain, that therefore that you minister to you the Spirit that worketh miracles among you, doeth he it by the works of the law or by the hearing of faith. This is the essence of the voice of God technology. This is what causes the abomination. It causes desolation. They want to vaunt themselves, abrogate, circumvent the organic voice of God, and they want to invent another avenue for subjugation, full global spectrum dominance. And it takes a mighty man and someone who's stricken, and founded in the word that will not bend an ear, lift a finger to this technology. It takes me so much longer now to get a revelation. I have to fight through the cloud, through the barbed wire, through the razor wire, through the pits, through the claymore mines. My wife just told me there's people spying on me right now. She just came up to warn me that there's people. Yeah, so, you know, but anyway, this is the abomination that causes desolation. And it takes a very strong Christian to fight through this. You know, when it says, when you see it, like as it's spoken of in Daniel, ye who are in Judea, which is really a derivative of Judah.
I knew you was an informant from the jump. I wasn't fucking with you. Why you want to fuck with me? I'm just listening to my fucking thing. I don't care what you pull out your pocket.
No, seriously, I'm not. I just put it down.
I'm just saying, why you wanna harass me, bro?
No, you talking about the Indians down there.
I'm talking about remember? What?
No, the Indians, remember?
I'm not talking about nobody. I don't even
gave
know
my
you.
Facebook pastor to my dad because Terry said, look up the TIs today. I never been a hater.
Look up the TIs. What are you talking about? I never said nothing about TI. I never said nothing about TI. You just said something about TI. I don't know. I've never seen you before, champ.
I never met.
Why you harassing me, dude?
No, we're talking about you down there.
I don't even know you, man. Why you fucking with me, man? It's on video you fucking with me. So why you fucking with me, bro?
I know where I'm talking with somebody. XYZ, you know, Dre. 14th October 1994.
So I'm just showing everybody what the informants look like out here in San Jose, California. These are the people working with the police pretending to be crazy and shit. You're like the 13th person I got on fucking video doing the same shit, man. So you're witness protection and shit. All that shit, man. Whatever they got you doing, man, that shit ain't cool, bro. You supposed to get gangster. You got tattoos all over your face and shit.
Nah, I got
you working with the police?
I got him in foster care. I lied, they believed in me.
You working with the police and you got gangster shit on
your face? I swear I don't.
I don't care. I don't care.
Nicki and Minaj, Nicki and Mark.
You got Jordans on your feet. You got Jordans on your feet. You did it up. I mean, why you pretending to be crazy?
Okay, every church out there was fucking with me. They were doing this shit. I come across this country, every fucking city. I did this zigzag across the fucking country, man. I was trying to find somewhere where this shit wasn't going on. You know what? I couldn't find nowhere in this goddamn country where this shit wasn't going on. And once I realized, Mexico was doing it, I said, fuck it. This shit's, it's global. Okay, it is fucking global, man. Every goddamn country's doing this shit. Fucking France is, fucking Europe, fucking China's doing it. It's out in the open in China. They know, at least those communist motherfuckers, at least they know what's going on. Here, they fucking lying about it. Trying to make motherfuckers like us sound like we're fucking crazy and shit. I'm telling you right now, man, motherfuckers better start waking up, man. This gangstalking shit ain't no fucking joke, yo. Like, it's way worse than what most people realize. It really is. Oh my God, like, I've seen some evil shit going on since they done this to me. And I'm gonna tell you, like, some of these perps got it bad too, yo. I ain't even playing. Like, I've seen some evil shit being done to, like, those fucking girls, like those girls that was trying to plant that bullshit on me, yo. Okay, I kind of felt bad for those motherfuckers because I seen what was being done to them. It was bad. So,
what's the deal? The king is back. Yo, so I want to show you guys this food right here. I got some thanky. So this is from Pavilions. I'm gonna wait though till a few people hop on here and make you guys salivate.
We all do it, but I have lied before too, so I can't say I never had lied before. Some are little lies, others are big, big lies. But while everyone lies, not everyone is a liar. A liar is a real special breed. They lie pathologically, constantly, and sometimes without even realizing it. An evil liar will often lie so much that their lies are what form their reality. In living a life of lies, their own minds become prisoners to their own evil behaviors. You know what I'm saying? And these are the evil people, man, that we dealing with, man. These people are lied to. They lying to themselves, man. Listen, you already know this one, because I feel it, man. I feel it. You feel strange around them. Okay? It's been pretty well demonstrated that each of our bodies emit an energy field.
Right. Well, let's get gold again. So, Matthew, King's Bible version, chapter 24. Verses 3. And so he sat amongst Mount of Olives. The disciples came upon him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming, of the end of the world? And Jesus answered and said upon them, Take heed, and no man deceive you. For many shall come in any name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumours of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in divers places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. I knew that would get rid of you demons. Then shall they deliver upon you to be affected, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. Many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall be bound, the love of many shall wax cold. So what do you think's taken from that? China is China, Croatia. Is it China and Korean? Those two countries nearby each other are threatening trying to take over that country with their military planes as I speak. News items are getting out about it, social media. Then the planned food shortages to create famines is here. I've just heard a post of alternative social media that's already happening in America. It's already here. I can't play the other video I was listening to. It relates to England. The evidence of the website and interview in the audio interview gives very damaging, negligent, and there's a former funeral director not too far away from me. He's got evidence dating back from 2019 of two families of people I've known about in my area, which they come from for years. The use of a certain drug to inject the kill-off switch, so to speak, was ordered en masse. It's mainly used for palliative end-of-life care for certain people in certain settings of basically if you need that or loved ones need that service. In England it's called NICE. I'm not sure the website actually. I've got to research a policy dated 2008. For years, this particular dosage or this particular injection was only meant to slightly sedate people who are in a lot of pain and suffering in controlled manner. In this particular audio interview, this guy details a lot of history where I can't go into it all. I will have to find. I cannot even stream on the laptop. It's badly compromised. This is another reason why I don't get any particular regular people in my streams, because they have, well, can't even tell you how many IPs hacking every device I might own, main internet connection, so it gets rerouted. I just stumbled across the transhumanism document for 2050, the year, where the consciousness of they're trying to tap into the soul and, you know, the essence, the spirit that makes the individual, but they want to capture that within the mind, and the mind's up for sale. It has been for a long time. So it's a bit like the futuristic movies, TV shows people might have seen, Upload. So to upload the consciousness of that individual, and in a private run hospitals, the body is, well, they claim, it's that the scripts in these futuristic movies is what's basically the future for the earth, for mankind. But in the mainstream of things for years, I've been selling it as technology, as something to benefit for those with disabilities, dementia, whatever. But the ultimate is the infiltration by certain individuals in many areas, and a lot of them recently I've noticed infiltration, posing as an enlightenment, spiritual enlightenment. It's basically New Age theory. The New Age movement for a long time ago has always been part of this plan for globalist domination of the banking, 13 bloodline families total, but break it all down. Every town and city in the world has their organised connections, well established and well formulated. So those in the know knows what, not just for England and what I found out in my area. This is another reason where I post videos of evidence, but the fact is, if I'd moved to an offer back in beginning, well, August, I think, 2019, I wouldn't be here today, put it that way, because these types of injections were not just just before April 2020, the spike of deaths from, you know what, allegedly was spiked. And this individual, who is a movie maker, producer, writer on his website, and they raised a lot of funds to nationally in England to take this matter of genocide on a presidential scale to meant to be the High Courts. Who knows how they're going to do it? But I know certain individuals who are sold their souls out before that. I've known about certain things in 2008 before I moved down here. I don't know, it's just by research at the time and first-hand experience of certain people in their public role. So when you see people coming on different platforms as subject target individuals, it's just a term, you know. It's like in the scripture I just read, it is, you have a morals and standings, you know what's right and wrong, you wouldn't go and sacrifice your kid for the sake of money and profit, you wouldn't put it into care or wouldn't agree to hand it over to be experimented on with the MK Ultramonic program. So a lot of these programs and technologies started back in the well, maybe more than that in the future. No, really started in, gosh, the documents research was back in the 15th centuries with the Jewets, the Black Pope. White Pope is nothing, it's a Black Pope. 13 bloodline families goes back to 15th century, even maybe before that, the biblical times and the world. And when you unravel like a ball, you know, or string, and you're pulling a bit by bit along, and it's a bit like genealogy. You uncover the bloodlines and their descendants, and you find that with the fallen angels, with the Book of Enoch, you find that the human DNA was allegedly mixed with demonic, different sort of like genetically made with. One needs to really research and pour themselves in the terminology of the Enoch, and whether you have a belief or that or not, it's true or not, is up to the reader or watch your videos. So from my own personal knowledge of certain subjects over the years, being put into a program for experimentations to be killed off, so kill. It's not just me. Of radiation, the microwave weapons, the technology is just more extensive, and there is more sort of like openness within this subject in America, Canada, certain other countries, not so much in England. So there is a darker side of life, shall I say it that way. And I'm just going to keep this short, this video, just to say the killer program, one needs to research and find the facts on hand. I can't be specifics on this format, what I know about, but I just know that being surrounded by a well-organized occultist, witches and demons, and their foot soldiers on this physical plane, the Luciferian agenda was 100% real. And I'm not selling my soul out to nobody. And with the upbringing I had, known about a little bit, not expert in scriptures, but I know that everything's happening for a reason. The thing is, they're raising your vibrations because these dark energies, the demonic energies, feed off the negative. They keep your vibrations low. I know this 100% how they're doing it. And others worldwide are too. So I'm just going to try and get the audio of this gentleman who's doing the stream about targeted subjects with the spiritual thing, which is good.
Why that is, we're not totally clear on. It could serve as an intuitive defense system, but in the same way that if you eat bad food, it shows on your skin. Yeah. If you're evil on the inside, it shows up in your energy field. This might be why evil people give you a creepy feeling without them having actually done anything evil to you at all. Why they are on the inside can be picked up in their subtle energy field by your energy field. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you be feeling like I know when a perp is around. I don't know how, why, I don't know. I just be chilling. I just know when they're there. I can just feel it. You can. That's why I'm trying to. You know what I'm saying? And I look and I'm like, yep, perp. Kill Gang talk baseball and watch him. You feel me? Yo, watch him. Watch him right there. All right, I'm gonna keep it rolling, y'all. They mislead you, of course, man. Them honeypots, them agents, them fake agents in your life. And this ain't really got nothing to do with gang stalking. You feel me? This is all portions of this evil world we living in, y'all. So this is what the elites is doing to the masses, to the sheeple. Controlling reality is what gives an evil person most of their power. In doing so, they're able to make it serve as justifications to their petty wants and desires. This is why evil people have a tail. They mislead you into thinking one way or another about them and about the people in your life already and about yourself. This misleading can come in many different forms, like misquoting, lying, or stretching the truth, twisting the facts. The end result is a world of their creation and a world that you have trouble understanding or believing in. And that's all gang stalking, perps, agents. There's people in the corporates. There's people in HR. There's people that's trying to brown nose, get to the top. There it is. Another characteristic of evil people, they lack remorse. Let's cover what they talked about. Okay, so we're going to go down here. Let's cover what they talked about so far. Evil people are controlling. They're liars. They delight in misfortune. They make you feel weird on the inside. You know the worst part about it all, they aren't even sorry for the things that they do and the way they make you feel. Evil people truly have no remorse. If you press on them the fact that they're unapologetic for their malignant behavior, dark personality, they'll deflect, push it off onto you, and gaslight you into thinking the reality you know to be true isn't actually true. Man, come on, man. I know somebody feeling this, bro. I know somebody feeling this. In reality, all they want to do is maintain their current quality of life by controlling you, and an apology would indicate fallibility. Come on, man. They're cruel. That's crazy, man. I've had that happen to me so many times. They're cruel. So I'm going to jump down to here. This could come in the form of getting into fights, hurting their loved ones, their spouses, their children, their friends, or even hurting animals. Evil people are often victims of the prisons they've built for themselves, which is why they take so much joy out of misfortune and pain. This might be able to explain some of these perch stalkers, honeypots, traps, and these fake evil people, period, that's in our lives. That's crazy. They lack responsibility. Any of these characteristics, you better get them up out of your life, y'all. An evil person has no sort of moral compass. They'll do as they please, and they will never feel responsible for their pain to others. If they sense any sort of blaming coming their way, they'll start redirecting it immediately. Their friends and family warn you. Their friends and family warn you. A lot of the times, one of the first signs that a person is truly evil is if their friends and family issue warnings. All right, trying to get through this. All right, this is a sort of, I'm gonna jump down right here. This is a sort of manipulation, but it can also be seen as a warning sign of impending disaster. So like if their ex-boyfriends, girlfriends, like their cousin and them, and all that warn you, that's a sign of us to see that they might be evil. These people are evil. And evil people, have no remorse. They don't feel sorry at all for spraying that poison in your car, your food, breaking in your house. They don't care. Let me see. Is everything good? Let me see. Make sure everything good. All right, I'm going to go back. I just had a little thing pop up. Let me go back over here real quick, y'all. All right. They are bad friends. If an evil person comes to your assistance, know that they are doing it for a purpose. In other cases, they will only be there when the things are going well for you. And man, it's a scripture for that. It's a scripture for that. I just read the scripture the other day. I don't remember it, but man, I'm telling you, actually I did. It's in Ecclesiastes or Sriracha. chapter 4, I believe. You know what I'm saying? When things are going well, everything good, oh, they right there. Hey, man, what we doing tonight, man? Let's cheat. As soon as you homeless, as soon as you outside, as soon as you broke, as soon as you lost that job, you call them, hey, man, I need to, they only ask for, yeah, I'm going to call you back, bro. I done had so many fake people in my life. That's why I don't have no friends, but the Most High, because he ain't never let me down. They are racist, sexist, homophobic, or bigots. That's self-explanatory. We're going to keep it rolling. That's self-explanatory right there. You know what I'm saying? Let me go over here. Maybe this might work a little. There we go. They manipulate. Evil people are just as capable of showing kindness as behavior. But what truly sets them apart is the price that comes with their kindness. Oftentimes, evil people will be kind to you only to get something they need from you later, be it money, subservience, or worse. Make it clear, if they try to manipulate you based on their past kindness, that kindness doesn't come with a price tag. You don't need any motivation or incentivization to do the right thing and to be kind to one another. Truly kind people are kind without expectations of getting anything in return. Shalom, Paula Bloom, man. I love being a kind person, man. I love being who I am. I love being in this truth. I love walking this narrow path, and I'm so glad that I am a kind person. I'm not going to say I'm the kindest person on earth because I'm very assertive with these perps. I'm very assertive with my enemies, and in my story, I'm about to tell y'all. All right. They belittle you. So let's go. Let me read one paragraph of this so we can keep it going for time's sake. Belittling comes in a lot of different forms too, and it can be playing the victim when you haven't done anything wrong. Ridiculing your appearance, your body, your interests, your hopes, your hobbies, your goals, your friends, your house, your dreams. Anything can be belittled in the eyes of an evil person. They all, you know, they try it, man. They try to belittle me, man. I just block them on here, man. Let me get up off of here, man. Talking about, let me give you an example how they try to belittle me. It's like, well, we're going to be expecting some better content now that you got a laptop. I'm like, there's got to be a perp. Block? What you mean you're going to expect what? Evil people, you can just feel them. They confuse and conflict. In the same way that evil people use the aforementioned tactics to split up good people, they'll utilize chaos, confusion, and conflict to their benefit. The more scattered, scared, and unsure you are, the more power they're going to have over you. Does that not sound like gangstalking? Okay, so come up out of that fear, because that fear is giving them control over you. Come out of that fear of stepping out on faith and come up out of these cities, like Deborah said, because it's about to go down. It's going down. Come out of her, Israel. Okay, let me keep it moving. Got two more. They lead double lies. All right, malevolent people will never reveal their true lies to you. Saying they lead double lies is a huge understatement. They lead hundreds of lies. Man, that's a statement for you. And last but not least, they don't have boundaries. All these are evil people, y'all. Especially them gang stalkers. Evil people are persistent, gregarious, intense, clingy. I probably said that word wrong. Don't hold me to it, okay? Clingy, fake in a lot of ways. They're like boomerangs. No matter how hard you throw them out of your life, they'll always wind up circling back around to you. They have no boundaries. They come all in your personal space. All in my personal space. Let me get this. All in your personal space. You be on the bus stop chilling. They right next, come sit right next. I'm like, man, come on, fam. Oh my goodness, man. And they want you to react to them, man. These are the evil people, man. You got any of these people in your lives? Or you have any of these going on in your current situation in these last days right here? And what's going on? It's time to go, man. You got to get up out of here. I'd rather do this alone. I'd rather walk this path alone, because when you go before the Father in heaven, you're the only one going to be there. Your mama ain't going to be there. Your daddy ain't going to be there. I ain't going to be there. None of your friends love them. You gotta do what's best for you. Be ye holy, be ye set apart. Period, man. Facts, man. Facts. So I'm gonna bring on I believe it's Mary. She has a quick testimony, being that we just went over qualities and characteristics of evil people. All right. And again, if you want that link to what that is, it's called 16 Signs of Evil People. You can look that up. Just Google it, and you can go through it yourself at a later time. But definitely good things to have, and knowledge is power, man. For we are destroyed for lack of knowledge. So I'm gonna put up this. Invite link, and bring on our guest here. Give me one moment. Do a quick testimony. All you gotta do is just click the link. Hold on, give me a second. Post this up here. Get this post. There we go. Yeah, I figured it out, y'all. I had to do some studying. I had to figure it out. All right, there's the link. All you got to do is click the link. It'll have you in the background. Make sure when you come on to close out your YouTube. Once you're on the StreamYard app, close out your YouTube so that it's not double sounding. And then you'll be in the background here, and then I'll bring you on. But while we wait, I'm going to read some of these comments. Let's see. I know y'all. But yeah, that's some good knowledge for you, man. Because you got to gird yourself up, man. You know what's about to come out, what's coming to this country. You better be girding yourself up, because the internet going off, the phones is going off, all that's going off. All you're going to have is your memory. That's all you're going to have. Said just because. Let's see. So make sure you have that, man. Write the scriptures on the tablet of your hearts. Let's see. Yeah, y'all just talking about. Yeah, just click the link I put on there, and you will show up in the background. Let's see. Make sure if you are. I can put it on there again if you have an issue. If you have issues, let me know, and I can help you, or somebody on there can help. All you gotta do is basically just click the link. She said, they said the majority of these people are fallen angels, demons who are walking around us. I can literally see the demons in them and hurry to get away from them. Get away from me. They see that light. Yeah, they do. They be seeing it, man. I don't be trying to say nothing to them for real. I try not to even engage with these people, man. These people are just wicked, man. You can just see the empty, blank looks on people's faces, it's like they waiting for the slaughter. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. I didn't know this world would come to this. I thought it would be more people like fighting against the evil, but it's so many people joining on evil and all that. Let me see. He said they are AI, artificial intelligence, bro. They are AI, artificial narrow intelligence. For sure. You must got some information. Definitely share that. Keep that knowledge coming, brother. Zero says 0 point energies. Yeah, that's crazy though. How you can feel an evil person's energy because they feel messed up. They got like some people be saying low vibrational. That low vibration, because we are energy fields. That's how you able to when you need to be shocked, like they shock you. They put that electricity in you because you full of energy. And it makes a lot of sense. I believe it. Yeah, all of it. Yeah, for sure. People are straight evil, man, out here. She said what? She said pull that boot out. That was a long. Oh yeah. You already know. G-Rock known for pulling that boot out, man. Quick. And it's a size 13 with the dust on the bottom, with the crust. You hear me? You can get this boot. Cause I didn't cut off baby mamas, kids, honey pots, siblings, mother, father. If you gotta go, man. You're not about to sacrifice me, man, to going to the pit, man, because you want to keep up this BS, man. Ruth Rivera said most of the cities are going to be destroyed. Man, that's for sure, man. Like that's why we gotta gird ourselves up and get ready to prepare, because you cannot be afraid to die. You can't, because if you're afraid to lose your life, being persecuted, lose your life like he lost his life for us, then man, I mean, it's not for the faint-hearted, you know what I mean? And the Most High frowns on that. Weak people that are fearful people, he frowns on that. Mary, are you having a hard time coming on, or did you want to not come on, or what? I'm gonna put the link back up. Hold on. All you gotta do is click the link, and you can come on if you want to share your story. If not, I'm gonna keep it moving. I'll give you a couple more seconds though. I'm gonna read some more of these comments. See, they soulless. Vicky W. They're soulless. Yeah, man, they lost they sold their soul. You think a perp? Hold on. You think a perp can be a perp without signing some type of contract of secrecy? How can a perp be a perp and they have to sign some type of contract? They have to have some type of ritual or something, because if you say anything about that type of program, that will compromise all what they doing. And I mean, and basically it'll put them out there like, oh yeah, it's real. Targeting and gangstalking is real, and this is how you can defeat it, because look, we got the whistleblower perp that switched and turned on him, and now he's giving out truth and facts. Come on, man. These agents ain't doing that. Them people are terrified of them people, them elites and all them people. But I don't have no fear of them people. Those people fear. The people need to fear my Father that's in heaven. Because what's coming is it's gonna be Christ, like the world has never seen before. But I don't think she's coming on tonight, man. You ain't even leaving no comments in the. Let me see. She's still even on here. Mm-hmm. Well, I'll go ahead and tell her story. I'm gonna give her one more second, man. Here, read some more of these. See, I call gang stalking frequency stalking. All right, so I guess she ain't coming on. I'm gonna keep it moving, man. I asked her, but what she was trying to express was, remember, I think a couple of days ago I had a live stream. I think it was Tuesday, and she was in the hospital, and she was saying she was in a lot of pain, and basically she went to the hospital, and she said, trying to connect. All right, I ain't gonna tell your story then. Hold on. She said she trying to connect. Okay. I'll wait for a second though. But yeah, I got some more things I'm gonna be going over after her testimony, because her testimony is pretty powerful. It definitely needs to be heard. So don't let Satan win. If you need me to put the link back up again, let me know. I don't see nothing. I don't see where it said guest. Yeah, because it'll pop you up. You'll be backstage. I don't see you on there. But I'll wait for a second. But yeah, her testimony, that's a really test. I was like, man, people need to hear that for real. And a lot of people come on my channel or whatever, and they don't want to really come on and tell their story. I know, because perps is watching and people get nervous, but you don't have to show your face. I don't care. Sometimes these testimonies need to come out because it's helping other people. What up, Most High over everyone? Shalom, Kwam Yasharala. You know what I mean? Yeah, she said she's trying to connect, and that was about 2 minutes ago. It should be no problem. Let me see. I'm gonna post the link it one more time. I mean, it shouldn't. You just click the link, and then it load up, and then you'll be backstage, and then you just go close out YouTube so it don't be double voicing, and you'll be on. Shalom, brother, man. Hopefully everybody hanging in there, man, doing good, man. Staying in your scriptures, man. You know what I mean? It's really messed up. I mean, I don't know. I kind of look at this whole situation in two different ways. I look at it like at least the Most High giving you an opportunity to be warned. Like the Most High warning us, man. He's like, look, man, it's about to pop off. Get right. Get right. So, yeah, the Cash App link is in my banner on the screen. If you can see it, so it's on the screen. But I appreciate all that donate, man. I truly do. And when I get right, the Most High is willing. Okay, yeah, see, yeah, she came on. Yeah, see, she on. What's up, Strength and y'all? Shalom. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Maybe she just don't want to come on or something. Because you on.
Yeah, it connected me automatically. I just had to type my name in and stuff. So, okay.
All right, cool. I'll be back with you in one more. All right, so I guess Mary having some technical difficulties. We ain't gonna hold up the show too much, but he's bold enough to sit up in front as if he's presenting himself like he's a staff member, asking each person, where are you going? And you know I'm sitting in the back like, watch this. And it came up, and as it's my turn to go outside and talk to the driver, he gonna ask me, where am I going? I said, I'm going to none of your business. That's where I'm going. You know what I'm saying? Got mad. That evil in him got mad, man. He got mad. You know what I'm saying? Oh, brother, I'm just trying to be kind and nice. What did we just say about the characteristics of evil people? They're trying to come off as kind and nice just to get what they evil wants and needs off. That was exactly what he was doing. And so basically, you know what I'm saying? I go out, scan my little ticket or whatever, You know what I'm saying? And then he get mad. He was like, yeah, I don't want all this. I don't know why he doing all that talking like he talking because I got my gun in the car. He ain't got no gun on him. He can't carry no gun. I'm like, this dude is bold. Bold. Don't he know if I wasn't in the truth, if I wasn't saved, if I wasn't walking this path, you know what I'm saying? I would have just went ahead and stole on. I mean, what I got to lose? You know what I'm saying? I'm homeless. I'm outside. What I'm gonna do? Get 6 months in jail? Well, I ain't gotta be outside for the winter. There we go. But these evil people are so bold, so confident because it's the end times, man. The end times is upon us. They're getting more and more confident, more and more bold. I'm noticing I'm lagging a little bit. They're getting more and more confident, more and more bold with their evil. We got to be vigilant, Israel. All right. And let me see. I'm sorry. I actually wrote this live stream out because I want to keep it really based and on topic. But we're gonna go over some scriptures right now pertaining to what that story I just said. That's just crazy. How they would have a Freemason at the door. Now I don't know if they sent the dude. I'm pretty sure they sent the dude. You know what I'm saying? But he right there at the door asking people where they going, and they answering him. They literally answering him. Okay, here go Mary. Don't bring Mary on real quick, y'all. Welcome to the stream, Mary. Shalom. Can you hear me? Let me see. Let me unmute. Is your mic muted? I can't hear you. Can you hear? I can't hear. Hey, Strength and y'all, can you hear her? Unmute your mic, Mary. Oh, okay. I guess she left. She'll probably be back. Let's see. Yeah, if you want to come back in, you can come back in. You just got to unmute your mic. There you go. You unmuted it. Let me add you back to the screen. You on, Mary. And remember to close your YouTube app so there won't be a double voice.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I wanted to share my testimony. I had worked 12 hours and got off work.
All right, I guess she gotta come back on, so I guess she exit out. Wait for her to come back on. She says she can't hear her. Yeah, we stay present. Got to lagging, but audio is good. Yeah, it's starting to lag a little bit, man, but it's cool, man. Man, this word gotta go forth, man. All praises, man. All praises, man. Ain't nothing stopping this word from going forth. She said she's speaking. I don't see her in the queue. She's not on here no more. Yeah, Mary, if you're watching the stream, I think is she speaking right now, you saying? Is it on my end or what? I don't saw her in here in the queue. All right, it's a little delay, but give her a couple more seconds to come back in, man. I don't want to ever be rude to nobody on G-Rock the Israelite on my channel, man. I'm gonna give you plenty of time. But until then, all right, here she goes right here. Then you just got to unmute your mic. You just got to unmute your mic, and I'm gonna add you to the stream.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, I can hear you.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to come in and share my testimony. I had worked a 12-hour shift Tuesday morning, and about 2 o'clock at work, I started hurting. So when I got off work, I went out to the emergency room. And they checked me in right away, but when they took me to the back, with nobody come in my room, the nurse wouldn't come see about me. So about after 30 minutes, I went down to the nurse's station, and I was in so much pain at this point, I was actually in tears. And I begged the nurse, I said, could you please get someone to come in here and help me? I'm hurting so much. And the nurse literally turned around and told me to go back to my room. And she sat down at the computer, and it looked like it was just a feeling in the room that wasn't right. And like the lights were dim, like I was a ghost walking through a hall, and everybody was ignoring me. So as I go back to the room, I sat down on the bed. It's like a voice told me, get up and put on your clothes and leave. So I got up and put on my clothes, and I walked out the hospital. And nobody noticed me. Didn't nobody say nothing. And as I left the hospital, I drove myself home. I'm still in so much pain at this time. So I come home and I say, I'm just going to lay down and hopefully this pain will pass. And I went downstairs and sat on the couch. And as I sat there, someone kept telling me, get up, go to the other hospital. And I'm fighting this voice in my head. I'm like, I'm tired. I work 12-hour shifts. This pain will pass. And the pain started getting worse, and something kept telling me to get up, get up. And it's like I had no control of my body. I just stood up and grabbed my keys and walked out the door. It was like I was in a daze. Now, going to the second hospital, I have no idea how to get to this hospital because I'm still new to this city. But as I got in my car and went to drive, it's like my car drove itself straight to the second hospital. No lie, I promise you guys, I am not lying. It's like my car knew the direction by itself. Like I was just in the car and the car was driving itself. So when I make it to the second hospital, the lady that checked me in, she could see that I just left the other hospital because I still had a hospital bed on. She cut that off and she asked me what was going on, and I explained to her. So they took me to the back and they went to running tests, and about 30 minutes after the test, they started prepping me for surgery. And from there, the lady came in and she explained to me, she was like, you need surgery right away, so we're going to go ahead and prep you for surgery. And they took me to surgery and did the surgery, and thank God I came out okay. But the point of my story is, the voice that was in my head telling me to go home and lay down and go to sleep, that was Satan. He wanted me to come home and lay down and die. But God was also speaking to me. He told me to get up and get in my car and go to the second hospital, which I did not want to go because I had done already worked a 12-hour shift. But that just goes to show us that Satan, he not only fights flesh and blood, but he fights in the spirit because he's attacking me from the inside. And he's also talking to me in my head, not wanting me to go to the hospital, wanting me to come home and lay down and just die in my sleep. And, you know, the first thing they would have said was, oh, she had, you know, that, you know, the word I can't say. But, yeah, I just want to share that with you guys.
Right. You talking about that hold it 24.
Right. But yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you, G-Rock, for allowing me to share my testimony on your platform.
Very powerful testimony. People need to really adhere to his word when he calling you, because he could be trying to keep you from death. You know what I'm saying? Keeping you from something bad happening to you. You know what I'm saying? So we got to be patient, or we got to be humble and just, you know what I'm saying, be still and let him do what he do.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Sharing your testimony, and you know, I'll be getting up with you later. Holler at you about that. But I also, before you get off, I think that what your testimony was is showing the evil in this world, and that's who is evil in them hospitals. That's why Wayne didn't want to go to the hospital. I talked to Wayne. He didn't want to go to the hospital because of how evil these people are. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They induce your death. They accelerate your death going up in there. But I'm so glad that you're still here with us, man. All praise to the Most High. Kwame Sharala. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And well, let me say this before I go. I think at the first hospital, that was Satan's plan. But see, God also had a plan too. And his plan was for me to go to the next hospital where he had everybody in place, waiting on me to arrive there. That's how God works.
Boy, that's whew. Man, that's deep.
Right.
That's deep on so many levels. That's just crazy, man.
Yeah, because Satan had planned on me to stay at that first hospital and lay there and die. But he didn't know the plan that my Father had for me also. So by me listening, obeying the law, statutes, and commandments, I was able to hear his voice. Because I'm not perfect by a long shot. I would never say I'm perfect, but I try to stay prayed up and I try to do the right thing by people. You know what I'm saying? And if you do right, right will come over you and God will put his hand over you at all time. I tell him to guide my footsteps. And that night he guided my footsteps so I wouldn't leave this world.
All praises for real. Because I prayed for you on my live, man. I was worried about you.
And I thank you guys for all your prayers and well wishes. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you too, Mary, man. You know you loved here, man. We appreciate you. You're a fellow Israelite, and it's truth. And I pray the Most High, I pray He sends His angels to keep you in these type of trials and tribulations we're about to be going through. Just get well, get healthy, and make sure you're taking them vitamins too. You gotta stay healthy out there.
Will do. Thank you.
All right, Mary. Thank you. All right, definitely, man. Definitely a strong testimony from Mary. Appreciate her. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see how, but do you see how Satan be trying to keep people from speaking their piece or speaking and doing what they got to do? Because you never know who that might help. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna say be scared to go to no hospital. I'm gonna say this, man: be careful and stay in prayer and stay in close relationship with the Most High, the God of Israel. For real, y'all. Read some of these comments. See where we at. So we got to go to these scriptures real quick. Then I'm gonna bring on Strength in Yah. Then we're gonna close out the live stream. She see what Big said. She said we have to be able to discern the voice of God. Let's pray for one another every night and morning, twice a day. It makes a difference for sure. And I'm gonna definitely be praying for you. Praying for everybody on here that's going through something. I pray that we all make it closer, and I also pray that I can get better with making certain types of content, allowing the Holy Spirit to work through me, so that I can edify the people the best I can and do my part the best I can through this ministry, and definitely just trying to just be the best I can be, y'all. So, Kwame Sharala, man, Shalom, man, for real. But we're gonna go with these scriptures real quick. And this is what they're doing. This is pertaining to exactly what Mary was talking about. It's all going to be on the screen. We're just going to go over them. Let me see real quick. I'm still new with this technology thing. Hold on. These some good scriptures, man, I came up with. All right. All right, so these scriptures. Let's see. I'll go with you real quick. This is what they do, I guess. This is what they do. So the first scripture, Psalms 31 and 13. For I have heard the slander, being terrorists on every side. Why they took counsel together against me, they scheme to take away my life. You know what I'm saying? This is what they're doing. They're doing against us. They're trying against us. So we got to stay further in our prayer. You know what I mean? I'm going to jump down And let's see here. 35 and 4. Let those be ashamed and dishonored who seek my life. Let's say that again. Let those be ashamed and dishonored who seek my life. Let those be turned back and humiliated who devise evil against me. May all their plans fail. Psalms 22 and 11. Though they intended evil against you and devised a plot, they will not succeed. They will not succeed. Stay in that faith. Stay in the truth. Stay repentant. Said we couldn't hear the beginning. Let me say it's my internet. Probably messing with the internet. Internet been messing up here. Can you hear me now? Now is it good? Let me see. Okay. Put a comment. I'll continue when you tell me the audio is good. Audio good? Your audio is messing up bad. Okay, let's check this out then. This mic real quick. Your audio is. Can you hear me now? And then I'll continue. Can you hear me? Hello? Just let me know when and I'll continue. The audio is messing up. As soon as you start the scripts, it lags. So we're gonna start over the scriptures. Are we good? Okay, good. So we're not about to let the devil interrupt or intervene and none of this over here. Because I'm tired of Satan thinking he about to win and he ain't about to win, bro. Not winning, bro. I had to play. All right, so we're gonna go right back over them. Excuse me, y'all. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Let me go back. I'm gonna go back to the screen. Let me remove this. Back to the screen. Stop. Let me go back to the screen. Not about to stop this, Satan. I'm sorry, brother. Your time is up, man. It's a wrap, man. It's a wrap, fam. We gonna holler at you, bro. Like I said in the Crossroads live stream. Hey, we gonna holler at you, bro. All right, let's go back over these scriptures. Psalms 37 and 12. The wicked plot against the righteous and gnashes at him with his teeth. They mad, y'all. They mad because you're going to the heaven. They mad because you're going to live eternity. They mad you're going to get your crown of life. They mad that they can't have enough self-discipline and enough good and peace in them that they can follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. They mad. All right. And let me know properly if my audio messes up again. I will gladly start over. Now we're going to Psalms 31:13. For I have heard the slander of many. Terror is on every side. While they took counsel together against me, they schemed to take my life. But what does Psalms 35 and 4 say? Let those be ashamed and dishonored who seek my life. Let those be turned back and humiliated who devise evil against me. Psalms 21 and 11. Though they intended evil against you and they devised a plot, they will not succeed. All right. And I'm going to jump down. Micaiah 2 and 1. Woe to those who scheme iniquity, who work out evil on their beds. When morning comes, they do it, for it is in the power of their hands. Woe to them. That is a great warning. All right. And I'm going to jump down here to the scripture that I had wrote down. And we're going to jump down to Isaiah 32 and 7. As for a rogue, his weapons are evil. He devises wicked schemes to destroy the afflicted with slander. Who are they talking about, y'all? They talk about the righteous. They slander our names, right? They talk bad about us, right? They talking about us. This is scripture talking about. As for a rogue, his weapons are evil. He devises wicked schemes to destroy the afflicted with slander, even though the needy one speaks what is right. You know what I'm saying? I hope that edified you. Hold on. Stop the screen. I hope that edified you. For sure. For sure, man. And the Most High, man. Thank you, man. Thank you, Father, for those scriptures, man. They really helped me. Again, if you those scriptures is found in the book of Psalms. It's really important to us as believers walking in this path. Get in that book of Psalms, man. It's gonna really help you out. Great prayers, great words of encouragement on this narrow path that we walk in. And we gotta get strong. We gotta strengthen us. Ain't gonna be no internet, y'all. Ain't gonna be no internet. When the power go out, ain't gonna be no internet. This all you gonna have. You need to get you one. If you don't have a Bible, you can order. There's some free ones. I'm gonna have on my live on the Sabbath Day Live. I have a link so that you can order you a free Bible, and then they'll send it to you while we still got power, while we still got the mail system up and running before this collapse. You're gonna, at least if you're gonna go into the wilderness, you're gonna definitely need you this. Okay. So this portion of the live stream, I want to talk about. How all you guys' donations have helped me and truly has benefited me in multiple ways. You guys, I got a laptop, I got editing, I got film equipment. I was able to get myself a ticket out of hell, out of that hell I was going through. You know what I'm saying? So your donations do help, and I appreciate you. I'm not the type of person to accept something from somebody and not do right by it. So I appreciate and I thank each and every one of y'all that donated. I can't say y'all by names right now, but I know that each and every last one of y'all will be blessed by the Most High. And I thank you so much, because you have no idea. I had to get an Uber just to get to my interview today for this job, and I used that money to get to that interview. You know what I'm saying? I had to use it twice. So, you know what I'm saying? Right on time, man. Truly, truly is a blessing. I thank y'all, man. Appreciate you. Thank you. I want to give you your accolade. Thank you, man. For sure. All right. And then Strengthen y'all if you want to come on. You know what I'm saying? And then what we'll do is I'm going to shoot over there, and we got something special to close out the live stream. From Strength and Yah. So whenever you're ready to come on, I'm going to put the link back up here real quick. Put this link up here. And all praises, man. All praise to the Most High, man. Thank you, man. Shem Yahushua, thank you. Boy, you have no idea, man. Well, we going to make it through there. One way or another, y'all. Well, I'm feeling the Ruach already. Well, it's a feeling come over you, man. Just gratefulness and happiness, grateful and peacefulness. It truly is a blessing. Let's see. All right, so Strengthen y'all. If you want to just come on and just explain, you know what I'm saying, about your channel. She's going to be talking about our channel and giving a brief testimony about our current updated situation as well. Let's see. Hold on. Can you hear me? Are you still on? Is it? Maybe it just takes a little time. Everything good. But man, yeah, also, while I'm waiting for her to come in, I'm dropping a Modest is Key 2, part 2 video. I got some more content for that. This is for all the Israelite women. This is for the for our queen. You know what I mean? So that we make sure we staying edified and we staying walking on this narrow path correctly. So I'm waiting for you to come back on when you get ready. So let's see. There you go.
Can you hear me?
Kwame Asharala Shalom.
Can you hear me?
You on? Hold on. Unplug it. I gotta unplug the mic. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I gotta exit out of YouTube. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, can you hear me?
All right. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. You got the floor. Oh, yeah.
Shalom,
for sure.
everyone.
Kwame Asharala. Shalom, shalom.
So I just wanted to come on here and let everybody know that I'm no longer on the streets. I'm staying with a family member right now, and I'm currently looking for a new job because some situations happened to where I lost the job that I had before, but there's better things that are coming my way, I know, because of the Most High. And I also have great news that me and Phenomenal Mommy have been working on a song together that I wrote a while ago. And it's featuring you in your audio. And it's called Strengthen Yah. We've been working on it for probably a little bit less than a month now. She produced the beat and fixed my audio and made it sound pretty good. And she also created a video for it. So I just wanted to let you guys see that and have a part in witnessing something that is created for the Most High and His children, because I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys can relate to a lot of the things that I say in the song. And I'm very grateful to be able to be on here and share my story and support you and your channel and your ministry, because you're doing amazing work. I see it. I've seen you grow. I've been able to be a part of it and some of your work, and I just think you're doing really great. And I'm so grateful that you have family on here that are able to help you to further your ministry and not just stay stuck and feel so down all the time like you're alone. You actually have people that truly care about you, and I think that's beautiful to be able to see that and witness that for these few months that I've known you. So I think you guys are amazing, and I'm very, very, very grateful to be a part of this channel. It's a huge family, and I love it.
Oh yeah, it's all love, man. Oh man, I got a big old hug, like she said, virtual hug from over here. Big hugs, nothing but love, man. Nothing but love. And I appreciate you being a part of and helping me grow as well, grow this platform and grow this channel. And it's all praise to the Most High. I don't want none of the glory. I don't want none of the accolades. It's all praises to Him, because without Him, I wouldn't even be here to even do it. You know what I'm saying? And I give Him all for praise and honor. You know what I'm saying? So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and put this up here. Slide this on here. Give me one moment. We can close out with this video. Make sure y'all strengthen y'all is this is her first video for the Most High. You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all support her channel by subscribing to her channel. If you want to leave your link to your channel in the comments, that'd be cool, so people can subscribe.
I definitely will. Thank you so much.
All right, no problem. Let me see. Make sure I think I was rushing. I did not put it in my. I got it in my queue. But that's all good. Put it up here. I'm gonna put it. But y'all, you know, a brother. Oh, you know what I'm saying? I'll be trying to make sure I get out all the things that need. It's truly works. So I'm just waiting right now for this internet. They're probably playing with me. Let's see. I'll take this along. All this money, all that money that come on now, playing. We're playing. All right. Wow, really? That's what I'm saying, man. I'm probably all. Let's see. There's some person I probably is a perp in the background. I never talked to that person before. straighten y'all. Got 3 views. That's what's up. We got to get another one. Let's see. Hopefully, this internet plus more of these. Sorry, close out. Close out. Close out. Close it out. Wow. Wow. So, I hate on brother. Because that's why I'm trying. That's why I play. I just already did it. Cool. Thank you. Mm-hmm. I can't hear nothing. I can't hear nothing. All right, this is strengthen y'all. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna put it on the big screen. Take your time to smell the flowers, the roses. Look at that. Look at the green buds in the trees. Buds in the trees. How many people actually take time to do this in this life? Right now, this is like not a lot of us. Not a lot of us. You woke me up from the darkness. You listen with your flesh. You save my soul from the pain. And I thank you for this. You're a true blessing in my life. You took away all my strife. I understand I was wrong. I honestly didn't have the call. I believe in you. You believe in me. I never wanna let you down. Cause you're the only one that's ever stayed around. You know what? Can you hear it now? Is it good now? You believe in me. Double. Oh, I think it's because it's picking up on the mic. I never know what to do. Hold on. Tell my soul, nobody but you. I was running outside, trying to find a perfect person. Right? I didn't know what. Take your time to smell the flowers, the roses. Look at the green buds in the trees. How many people actually take time to do this in this life right now? Not a lot of us. You woke me up from the darkness. You listen when I confess. You save my soul from the pain. And I thank you for this. You're a true blessing in my life. You took away all my strife. I understand I was lost. I honestly didn't know the cause. I believe in you.
never wanna let you down, 'cause you're the only one that's ever stayed around. You believe in me. You believe in me. I believe in you. I believe in you. I never knew what to do till my soul finally found you. I was wandering around all day, trying to find the perfect words to pray. I didn't know what to say. Then you spoke into my heart and told me it'll be okay. I'll let you guide me up the right path. You're the only one that's ever did that. Now I know for a fact that you're the truth and I'm never ever going back. I believe in you. I believe in you. You believe in me. I never wanna let you down. 'Cause you're the only one that's ever stayed around. You believe in me. I believe in you. I never knew what to do till my soul finally found you. I believe in you. You believe in me. I never wanna let you down, 'cause you're the only one that's ever stayed around. You believe in me. I believe in you. I never knew what to do till my soul finally found you.
Wow, man. I know we had some technical difficulties, man. Hold on. Wait till the screen come back on. The devil ain't gonna, devil. Not today. I ain't worried about no technical difficulty. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it right now. But that truly is a blessing to hear a person that was lost and has been found. That did not know that they were on their way to hell, and is so grateful to sing praises unto the Lord. That's all praises to the Most High. That song was for the Most High. He deserves all honor and glory and worship. You know what I'm saying? I truly, I'll be double screening. Hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. Why this dude keep coming in? You're not coming on, brother. You might as well leave. Anyway, I'm sorry. It probably was double. But regardless, outside of the technical difficulties, regardless outside of that, that's a beautiful thing. And my heart goes out to you, Strength in Y'all. You know I love you very much. It's on my heart. You're an awesome friend to have. I'm so grateful that you're in my life. And I'm so glad that you got off the streets and you made it out. You know what I'm saying? I definitely got to hear more from you and your channel. So if everybody that's watching to support Strength in Yah, hopefully she put her YouTube link up in the comments, man. Jump over, subscribe to her channel. And we're going to encourage her to keep making that good music for the Most High and giving all honor and praises unto Ahaya. You hear me? Man, I'm proud of you, girl. I'm proud of you, man. On national live stream, I'm proud of you, man. You know what I'm saying? See what else I had to say. And that will be the live stream for the day. Thank you to everybody that tapped in with my live stream. Thank you everybody that keeps supporting. Make sure it's very important to hit the like button on this live stream before you leave. And also make sure y'all tap in. Tomorrow will be, I'm going to see if I can have a guest elder come on for the Sabbath day live stream. We're going to be edifying and teaching. And so it's all love, man, and blessings here on my side. Excuse me. But without any further hold up, man, I'm thankful. I'm so thankful for each and every last one of you guys. Modesty 2 will be out tomorrow. So make sure all you queens of Israel, all you beautiful souls out there, make sure that y'all tap in and watch that, man. This video crazy, man. And I'm doing my thing over here on the content side. So I got some more content coming soon. Sabbath day. Tune in tomorrow. Yasharallah, and may the Lord, and Mispah, which means may the Lord, Mispah, Shalom.
We press on for you because it's our mission, dedicated to investigation, because the facts matter, fueled with determination, because it's our calling, driven by passion, because you deserve to know what's really going on. Please support real journalism.
Welcome to our fall Aging in Atlanta virtual event. Our panelists will be speaking on a variety of topics: estate planning, health and wellness, immunizations, and senior resources. Everyone will make their own introduction, and then I'll have a conversation with each panelist for a few minutes. First, a few words from our presenting sponsor, Kroger.
Kroger is a proud sponsor of the Aging in Atlanta series. As we head into the flu season, Kroger is as committed as ever to serving you and your family's health. No one should be left vulnerable to the flu, so don't take the risk. Get your free flu shot today at Kroger and protect your loved ones from the flu. Visit Kroger.com/flu to schedule an appointment. That's Kroger.com/flu. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
So I'm going to let our panelists introduce themselves. First is Michelle Blaylock.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me back on this panel. My name is Michelle Playlock. I am a pharmacy manager at Kroger Pharmacy. I have over 20 years of clinical pharmacy experience, including managing and other operational and clinical details. I specialize in medication therapy management, geriatric care, and point of care testing in our community. I'm very passionate about our community pharmacy and keeping our patients healthy. So I look forward to our panel discussion today.
Thanks, Michelle. And now Dr. Bloom.
Hi, I'm Paula Bloom, and I'm a clinical psychologist. I work at Kaiser Permanente, and I'm the South Area Behavioral Health Chief. I'm delighted to be here. I've been working in behavioral health for over 20 years. I've worked in a lot of different settings, from the VA to college counseling center to inpatient medical units to outpatient mental health. Currently, I work as an integrated behavioral health consultant at Kaiser Permanente, which means I'm a psychologist embedded in primary care. I'm there to help support the total health of people. I will say this, when I left grad school, I realized I knew a lot about mental illness and not a lot about mental health. So my career has really been focused on being able to learn more about mental health and help people in that way.
It's good to have you here, Dr. Bloom. And Shannon.
Good day, everyone. My name is Shannon Pauley. I'm happy to be returning back to this panel. I am the owner of the estate and asset protection law firm. I am an attorney with over 20 years experience, dual state license in both the states of Georgia as well as Michigan, and I do have a master's of law in tax. I'd say that my focus and my passion began in high school and college, where I was a nursing home volunteer, where I saw the difference between the persons that were the haves and the have-nots, and most of the time that was based upon estate planning. And I'm looking forward to sharing a little bit of that knowledge with you to make sure that y'all guys are the haves, not the have-nots.
Well, thank you. And another new panelist, Dr. Baldwin.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Dr. Fiona Baldwin, and I am an adult primary care physician with Kaiser Permanente. I am also lead physician for the South Service area, and we service the Henry, Fayette, and Noonan counties, and I'm also a physician trainer for BLS mock code simulation. I've been with Kaiser Permanente for 8 years, but in clinical practice for just over 20 years. I did my training in Pennsylvania at Lehigh Valley Hospital, and after that I worked at a major hospital system in southern New Jersey before moving to Georgia about 10 years ago. I truly enjoy the work that I do at Kaiser Permanente. I love their model of integrative healthcare, right care, right place, right now medicine, and it truly aligns with how I think that we should practice medicine today. So thank you so much for having me.
It's great to have you. And Brendan.
Hey, Kevin. Thanks again for having me back on. Again, my name is Brendan Underwood, and I've been the outreach coordinator for Georgia Relay for the past 6 years. Georgia Relay is a state program that provides no-cost telecommunication services for individuals that are hard of hearing, deaf, have difficulty with speech, or who may be deaf and blind. As an outreach coordinator, I look for opportunities to educate and share information on the state program and its services. That can be in-person opportunities such as community events and presentations, or virtual opportunities such as meetings or webinars. But again, thanks for having me, and I look forward to telling you more about our program.
It's good to have all of you, and thanks so much for being here. Michelle, we're going to start with you. We got to know you this spring at one of our events, and it's hard to believe, but flu season is, I think, just about upon us. So we're going to dive in on that. So let's start with a really basic first question. When is the best time to get that flu shot?
Great question, Kevin. And the perfect time is now. So the CDC actually recommends that you are to get your flu shot anytime between September and definitely by the end of October. However, there are some additional considerations when you get your flu shot. So it does take about 2 weeks to get the maximum effectiveness of the flu shot. So that's something you might want to think about as you're traveling this season or visiting with other family members. Especially for ages 65 plus, you want to make sure that you don't get your flu shot too early. You might hear flu shots coming out in July or August. However, that might be too soon for you to get your flu shot, as you want it to last the entire season. Typically, the peak of our flu shot season is going to be through December through February. But however, sometimes we can see cases as late as May. So you want to make sure definitely by the end of October to get that flu shot on board to last you the entire season.
You know, Michelle, with all that's happened over these past couple of years, I've never had to think about managing different vaccines and shots and things that I have to get. So, I mean, if I'm going to get a COVID vaccine or maybe even a booster, do I need to do that when I get a flu shot? Should they be separated? I mean, how do I manage the timing of that?
Sure. That is another great question. As we approach flu season, we've also got COVID shots happening in stores as well. So the recent guidance has suggested now that if you are due for your booster vaccine, or in fact you haven't even gotten your COVID vaccination yet, you are eligible to get them at the same time. However, I would caution you to maybe put each vaccine in different arms. That way, if you do happen to have a reaction from a vaccine, you're able to determine which one that would be. But I encourage everyone, if you have not gotten that COVID vaccination and that flu vaccination, to make sure that you get that on board as soon as possible.
So I'm going to combine a couple questions here, just because I know from talking to you in the past, you really want people to be super clear. So does the flu vaccine protect me from COVID? Does the COVID vaccine protect me from the flu? Can either of them make me sick? I mean, there's just a lot for people to think about and understand. So straighten me out on that.
Absolutely. And it's pretty common with a lot going on as far as the COVID vaccination fears and flu shot fears. There's a lot of misconception about some of those ideas and what happens when you get a flu and COVID vaccination. So the flu shot actually does not provide any protection against COVID, unfortunately. However, the flu shot does provide protection against other illnesses and can help reduce doctor visits and keeping you out of the doctor office during this busy flu season. I think in the year 2019, 2020, the studies showed that it reduced flu illnesses by 7.3 million cases and even 6,300 preventable deaths of flu. So it is important to get that flu shot. Although it doesn't provide protection against COVID, it will help reduce those office visits. The other studies also show that the flu shot can reduce the incidence of people with chronic conditions. So if you have cardiac events, if you have COPD, if you have diabetes, it can help reduce some of those complications from those as well. As far as the flu shot making you sick, I know a lot of people don't want to get the flu shot because it makes them sick or they get the flu. You can actually not get the flu from the flu vaccination if you're getting a flu shot through a syringe. So those are inactivated flu shots. They do not cause the flu. People will have side effects from flu vaccinations, and that's pretty common. So you might expect a sore arm, a little bit of redness at the injection site. You could also have a little bit of cough. Sometimes people even get a little bit of fever or body aches. However, those just last about a day or two. You're welcome to take any type of medication that you have for pain if you have some at home, Tylenol, Motrin, whatever you have, to alleviate any of those minor symptoms that you have.
Thanks, Michelle, for all of that and clearing that up. Now, again, never has it been more on our minds about protecting ourselves and protecting our loved ones from becoming sick. So what else can we do? I mean, obviously, vaccinations are key, but what else?
Sure. And these are simple things that we can even incorporate into our daily routines that we're probably already doing, but probably should just be more mindful of as we approach the flu season. So a lot of those things would be avoiding people that happen to be sick. So you would want to stay away from any close contact with people that might be having some of those flu symptoms. As people approach the cough season, make sure if you're going to cough or sneeze, maybe cough or sneeze into a tissue and then throw that tissue away to prevent any germs. Germs spread a lot of that way. Also, I would say reduce contact between your nose, your eyes, and your mouth. Those are very, very, very prominent sources for germs and to be able to spread germs. Also, clean your surfaces. So any surfaces that you might have, you might want to clean them down often to make sure that we're not spreading germs that way as well.
Now, I know from talking to you in the past that you have some good advice on, I guess, the relationship with our pharmacists. I mean, I'm the kind of person who rushes in and out and grabs my prescription, but your advice is to do more than that when it comes to your pharmacist, right?
Absolutely. So I am a huge advocate for having a personal relationship with your pharmacist. You should utilize your community pharmacist for so many different health topics that you could actually resolve at the pharmacy. So if you're having maybe an issue with your lids at your medications you can't open, we can offer solutions for easy lids. We can help you with adherence programs to help you educate yourself more about your medications, about your side effects. and how to become overall healthier. And as you know now, we're your vaccination stop place as well.
Okay, well, thank you for all that information, Michelle. Obviously, really clearing up some things, and even I think doing a little myth busting there. People sometimes hear about things, and it's great to hear from directly from a pharmacist who knows about vaccines and the best way to take advantage of the medicine that's available to us. So thank you. We are going to take a moment here to hear a message from Kaiser Permanente.
Hello, I'm Joe Mays, and I'm your local Kaiser Permanente Medicare advocate. I'm local to Cobb County, and on the weekends you might find me out on one of the many beautiful trails around here, but I'm proud to serve you wherever you're located in the metro area. As one of the nation's largest not-for-profit health plans, Kaiser Permanente's sole mission is to provide high-quality, affordable healthcare services and to improve the health of our members and the communities we serve. We accomplish this by combining care and coverage together, which makes us different than your other healthcare options. If you want to learn more about how care and coverage together can help you build a healthier future, please contact me at joseph.w.mays@kp.org or 470-512-7661.
Welcome back. Dr. Bloom, we're excited to have you on the panel for the first time. Thanks for being here. And we know our audience is always interested in learning more about mental health. So let's start in a very basic place. When it comes to our own mental health, what should we be paying attention to during these stressful times that offer us clues when we might need to seek the help of a professional?
So I'm so happy to be here. Just like when you go to your primary care doctor and they take your physical vital signs, right? They take your temperature, your blood pressure, your heart rate, those types of things. Those of us in mental health take your emotional vital signs. What are those vital signs you should be looking at? Your mood, your concentration, your ability to focus, your sleep, your appetite. Those are the things to keep an eye on to see what's going on with you. And what you want to focus on with that is, everyone gets sad. Everyone gets irritable. The question is, how sad, how frequently, how severe are the symptoms, right? When it comes to issues with concentration and focus, these have been really difficult times. And so people are distracted. That's normal. Biggest, most important question to look at is, how are you functioning, right? If things are affecting your mood to the point where you're isolating, you're having a hard time doing the things that would keep you healthy and happy, you may want to ask for help.
And how about how the pandemic's affected mental health professionals and how you're doing work and what's going on there?
Thank you so much for asking that. I have to say, this is the first time in my career where I've been experiencing the same kinds of trauma at the same time as the patients that I work with. And it's been really interesting because, if anybody has kids or has ever given advice they don't follow, I have a career of that, right? Of making recommendations and then not always following them. I have found myself listening to what I have to say to others more often. It's been really hard. I'll be really honest. It's been really hard. We've been really slammed all over the country, people in mental health. But what I will say is that for many of us in these moments of difficulty and powerlessness, being able to be useful, being able to be helpful is really important. And so that's actually been really helpful for me. And that's what's really helpful for all of us. We all need to have a sense of usefulness and purposefulness in our lives. But I will tell you that it has been hard. And thank you for asking.
Well, sure. I think that we all know that, right? At times like this, we want to make sure that we're engaged with others. We're part of something that matters to us. We're doing things that matter to us, right? That's really helpful at a time like this. Now, as you know, we always ask our readers and people who come to these events to give us some questions. So I've got this one, and it's really good. So I'm literally gonna read it to you. People would like suggestions for seniors battling depression and isolation as they cope with other health challenges and as another holiday season approaches with COVID-19 still in our midst.
Yeah, thank you for that question. One of the most important things about that question is that somebody's acknowledging that they're struggling. There's so much stigma still around mental health issues. So for somebody to be able to acknowledge that they're dealing with depression, that's a really, really important first step. So one of the things that I would say is that if you are struggling with depression, not just sadness or stress, but depression, you're having a hard time functioning, make sure to reach out to a primary care doctor or a mental health provider to get some support, because one of the symptoms of depression is a feeling of hopelessness, a belief that things can't get better. That's a symptom of depression. So often people don't even reach out for help because they don't imagine a time where they could feel better. What I would say about the isolation piece, I know a lot of people are having Zoom fatigue and technology fatigue, but I would say weigh out the fatigue from technology with the power of connection with other people. I think it's really important. Another thing that can really help with isolation is to write letters or do things for others to get out of yourself. That's actually a really, really helpful thing to do, right? Is to sort of focus on others. Another thing that is also very helpful when you're dealing with these kinds of feelings, we often tell people, hey, stay present. It's really important to stay in the present. Sometimes the present stinks, right? So one of the things that can be really helpful is something that we talk about, which is mental time travel. Thinking about a time that you kind of really enjoyed and felt connected and sort of conjuring that up. We often relive negative experiences and play them over and over and over again. We can do the same thing with positive things. We can savor things that have happened to us before. We have a really good imagination. We don't know the difference sometimes between something happening and us remembering it happening. And so those are some of the things that you can do kind of in the present and reminding yourself everything passes, every feeling, good and bad. So the bad feelings are going to pass, the good ones, enjoy them because those are going to pass as well.
That's great advice. Now, another one of our readers wants to know if there are any resources or even apps that you suggest for older patients to help support mental health.
Sure. I think one of the most important resources is your phone, right? Most people have a phone. That ability to kind of connect with others and that kind of thing. There's some wonderful apps. Calm app is one that we use a lot. We recommend at Kaiser. And it is an app that really helps with mindfulness, the ability to stay present and engaged. I was talking about being present earlier. Things that help with breathing, relaxation, those things are really helpful. Another thing that's really helpful, gratitude, because our brain is sort of primed to go to the negative. It's an evolutionary thing, right? Like focus on the negative to keep yourself safe. If you establish a gratitude practice, and there's a lot of apps that you can do that with, it really helps because it helps you to shift your brain to a place where you want it to be. It's hard to tell yourself not to worry. It's like setting your GPS to where you don't want to go. You have to set your GPS where you do want to go, and your mind works the same way.
And I think we've got time for one more. So connect physical and mental health for us, how they impact one another and what clues one offers you about the other.
Sure. That's why I love my job, actually. That's exactly what I do. I work in the clinic with Dr. Baldwin. She's one of my colleagues. So when she has issues with patients and they're having stress or depression and those kinds of things, I get brought in. So it's kind of really exciting. These things go hand in hand. The mind and the body, the division is arbitrary, right? They're really very much connected. But the way that mental health affects physical health is when people are depressed, right? When they're struggling, they don't have the energy or the ability to take care of themselves, to eat the food that they need to eat. That takes work, right? That's why, for example, treating depression helps manage diabetes when people are dealing with both. The other way that sort of your emotional health affects your physical health is that when you are anxious and worried and ruminating, you may not be sleeping very well. Sleep is really important, right? Especially as you age, right? Making sure that you're able to sleep in the ways that you need to sleep. The way that mental health, with the way that physical health affects mental health, right? And this is really important. We never want to assume something psychological when there might be something medical. So it's important if you're having chest pain, discomfort, don't assume, oh, I'm just anxious, right? You want to make sure that you go to see a doctor and get that ruled out. But the connection between the mind and body, it's seamless.
Okay, I'm going to ask you this question. So because I think we have time for more. This is such great information. Give me, of course, all of our folks watching, just one little thing we can do that you really believe would help our mental health. Something simple that anyone can do.
Writing. Getting stuff out of your head, getting it on paper. There's something about if you've ever had that experience of talking about your anger or talking about your anxiety, you notice that speech can often magnify. Listen, I'm a psychologist. I'm a big fan of expressing and venting and doing those kinds of things. But writing is one of the most powerful tools that you can use to get stuff out, to get it through you and get it out. I would say writing and movement, if you're able to do that.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for that great advice. We really appreciate it. And it's great to have you on the panel. One of the other things we want to do is thank Kroger, because we'll be drawing 2 random winners of a $50 Kroger gift card from those of you who registered for the event today. You'll be notified if you're a winner after the program. Next up, let's welcome back Shannon Pauley. I have to say, Shannon, there's no shortage of topics for you to cover with our audience, and I want to start with a very basic one.
Certainly.
We hear that word probate, and it almost like a bad word, and that we want to avoid it. But explain what it is, and why people can find themselves in a tough situation when that word's around.
Okay, so excellent question, because a lot of people, they have grown up, they've been hearing, you want to avoid probate, you don't want your estate to go to probate. Probate is another example of a 4-letter word that just happens to have 7 letters. So let's talk about what probate is. So probate is essentially the legal process of being able to transfer ownership of assets owned by a decedent at time of death to the ultimate beneficiaries, either declared within their will or as determined under the laws of intestacy if they did not have a will. Now, probate, as a procedure, there's many reasons that you want to avoid it. First and foremost is the sacrifice of time. So for probate, in a perfect world, which I must add we've never lived in, but in a perfect world, it should take no more than 6 months to go through probate, because there is a notification process to creditors and debtors, and then there's distribution, notification, till the point of ultimate dismissal. However, COVID has put a very serious monkey wrench into this timing delay. We have certain counties in Metro Atlanta right now that when you file, they're telling you to expect up to 3 years due to COVID delays. So that's first and foremost, because your whole goal after your passing is for your legacy to continue on to whoever you declare that you wish to receive your assets and your acknowledgments. Now, other negatives for having to go through the probate process is, number one, everything is public record. This is the reason that, for example, when Whitney Houston passed away and her probate attorney filed the probate action, it was all over the news within 15 minutes of it being filed. It was on TMZ, Entertainment Tonight, the morning talk shows, etc. And at first you may go, whoa, that is such an invasion of privacy. That is not good. And here's my comment. The moment that the attorney released over to the clerk the petition for probate and the clerk took it into their possession, it became public record. And that's why there's nothing improper or illegal in that being disclosed as quickly as 15 minutes after it occurs. Now, as I say, it's public record, you have to realize that the entire process is public record. So if you have anything in your will that you don't want to have as public air laundry, you definitely don't want to go through probate. For example, if you have a child that has addiction issues and you are either not wanting to give anything to that child, or you want that child's inheritance to go through like a subtrust, a testamentary subtrust, you may not want anybody to know about those addictions. And then the last reason that I would emphasize as to why you want to avoid probate is because of the added expense. So we've talked about added time. We've talked about the lack of privacy because everything's public record. Let's talk about the expense here. So number one is you're probably going to hire an attorney most likely, because chances are you've never gone through the probate process before. And if you have gone through the probate process before, and definitely if it's been more than one time, I feel sorry for you, because it is a very tedious experience for anyone, especially when you have an emotional connection with the decedent. But you're going to pay court costs, attorney fees, you're going to pay publication fees. Oh yeah, guess what? Debtors and creditors, they get paid before your heirs, so they might fleece your entire estate and nothing goes to your ultimate heirs. That is why I emphasize to people, you want to avoid probate, and there are estate planning strategies to do just that while preserving your estate for your loved ones to ultimately receive it in a much prompter manner than having to wait up to 3 years.
We have a question from a reader, and it's very well put, so I'm just going to read it to you. The only asset in my sole name is my home. Should I transfer my home to my kids during my lifetime to prevent them from having to go through probate after I'm gone?
So one of the reasons that you want to talk to an attorney, because this is a very good question, Kevin, and this is one I hear quite often, because what we'll have, I call kind of like you would call them Monday morning quarterbacks. You have individuals that will always share information, especially in our Google age, where they'll have people talk about, oh, you don't need to go to an attorney. You can avoid probate yourself. Well, my first comment is this. By placing another person on the title or transferring title during your lifetime, yes, 100% that could avoid probate, especially if you put another person on the title as joint tenancy with right of survivorship. But let me tell you why you don't want to do that. Now, by coming to an attorney, we are looking at you from multiple facets, and we're always looking at tax advantages and strategies. And if you were to, for example, in my example, let's say you purchased the house for $1, and let's say on the day that you transfer it to your children, you put your kids on the title, it's now worth $10. Now realize that your children called a carryover basis, meaning that when they sell the home, they'll have gain, the equivalent of the $10 selling price minus the $1 basis, meaning if you do basic math, they would have $9 in gain. Now, if instead we went through a will or a trust where it was going to be distributed to your loved ones or your children in that process, the beauty that they have now is what's called a step up in basis, which means that instead of them taking the home with a basis of $1 when it's worth $10, which could be up to $9 in gain in my example, instead they're going to take date of death value, which means they take it at $10. So if they received it with a value of $10 as date of death and they sell it for $10, they have zero gain. And this is how you can assist the preservation of your estate for your heirs by being able to do basic processes through estate planning, which have fabulous tax advantages.
Here's another question from one of our readers. As a new resident of Georgia, do I need to have my estate plan rewritten?
Excellent question. Very often I do have individuals that recently moved to Atlanta because Atlanta is definitely a destination location for many persons in their professional life. And my comment to it is this: does it have to be redrafted? No, just because you've moved does not automatically mean it has to be redrafted. However, I would emphasize that you do want an attorney to review it, because what the attorney is going to review is to make sure that the documents as drafted in the other state will still meet the statutory and court rule obligations for the current state. An example I very often give is in regards to wills. So there's certain states that recognize what's called a holographic will. This is those TV shows that you see where it's the person on the overnight trip for business. They meet some sweet person in the bar and they say, oh, honey, I just want to have a night of wonderfulness with you. And I'm going to write on this cocktail napkin here saying that, I want everything to be good to you, my love. Even though it's the first time meeting, they have their night of passion or intriguement, whatever we want it to be, and then they pass away. But there's certain states that will recognize that as a will, which means that would trump even a legal will in certain states. Well, in the state of Georgia, we don't recognize holographic wills. Instead, we have to make sure that they are signed, they're witnessed, they're dated, and you also want to have something called a self-proving affidavit so that your witnesses don't have to testify at probate court when it's being probated. So it's just that simple example of a will, how it differs between states. That's why you want your documents reviewed, not necessarily redrafted, but that's why you want the expertise of that attorney reviewing.
Shannon, if all my assets have a pay on death beneficiary, do I really need a will or a trust or either?
Very good question, because it is true. A lot of times individuals, the greater part of their wealth is their qualified retirement accounts, like an IRA, 401k, or it might be that life insurance that you have. These actually do have pay on death beneficiaries. But here's my comment though. Yes, that is avoiding probate. Yes, that is getting to your declared beneficiary, but it's not protecting your beneficiary in the event anything may be happening to that person. For example, if your beneficiary, let's say it's your spouse, and at the time you originally declared them out to be the beneficiary, they were healthy, but life has happened. And now they've had a catastrophic life event, and we've had to go through the process of qualifying them for Medicaid, which has asset and income thresholds. Well, you don't want them to be receiving directly that inheritance, or excuse me, that insurance. You want it to actually go to through the trust or the will, for example, because then at that point, it can be placed in what's called a special needs trust for the benefit of that individual during their lifetime, but it's not going to have a detrimental effect, creating a disqualification for a governmental benefit. So for that reason, while the payroll death does avoid probate, just like that example we gave about the real estate, it's still far more advantageous to have it go through the will or the trust, because you're going to be able to continue your love and your protection of your beneficiaries by ensuring that whatever happens to them at the time of that distribution, that they are protected, especially in that example of a special needs person.
Okay, well, thank you so much for all that information. As always, Shannon, you have so much good information. We could keep talking, but I want to get to one of our new panelists, Dr. Fiona Baldwin. So welcome to the panel for the first time, and to discuss preventive care and maintaining our health. So let me start with this question. Tell us a little bit about your experience treating senior patients and how you approach it.
Absolutely. So yes, so thank you again for having me. As I said, I am an adult primary care physician with Kaiser Permanente. So that means my panel really starts at age 18 years old. But I would truly say about a third to maybe even a little bit more than that of my day's work is with patients who are 60, 65 and older. So I see a good majority of those patients every day. In this capacity, I take care of their chronic illness. That would really encompass your hypertension management, diabetes, high cholesterol, any of those heavy hitting chronic diseases. So from diagnosis straight through to treatment, I manage that on a daily basis. I'm also involved in their senior wellness preventative exam. So not only am I doing your preventative care at that senior wellness exam, but that's a slightly different physical where we really are interested in how you're functioning, what's your critical thinking, what's your understanding and reasoning. So you may notice that at that physical, you're getting a couple tests here or there to test your memory or to test your higher thinking. And you might be surprised by that, but expect that at your senior wellness physical after 65. Another integral part of my day's work with seniors is I think I act as a liaison for them. I act as their advocate a lot of times as well. Sometimes they enter the hospital for hospitalization, and that's a confusing time for them. Sometimes they don't really know what went on. I'm able to, review records with them, review any tests, or if they've seen any specialists. Sometimes there's a lot of follow-up that has to follow that. And a lot of times our seniors are, they get very bewildered by all the tests that they have to get done. So I just make sure that follow-up happens.
Well, thank you for that. When people experience changes in their health, sometimes it's normal, as we age, and other times it's a sign that we ought to see the doctor. So can you give us some examples of each, that we should come to recognize?
Absolutely. So this can be a very confusing gray area for patients and their family members. And suffice it to say, aging can affect every single organ in our bodies. So, but I am here on the program today to reassure you that mild forgetfulness is not dementia. I mean, we, expect to occasionally forget a name or forget a word every now and then. You open the pantry door and you can't remember what you went in there for. That's normal. That happens to all of us. But when you're noticing a decline in something that's familiar, so Dad has been driving to church, the same church for the past 30 years. And now he's getting a little confused with how to get there or how to get home from church. That's a problem. That's definitely something that you need to be mindful of, that something may be going on with memory changes there. If mom makes the family recipe every Thanksgiving and now she's adding some odd ingredients to it, or she's forgetting some key ingredients, that's not normal, because that recipe has been passed down for generations and generations. She's been making that for years. If she now has some struggles with making a common recipe like that, I would say that that's time to see a doctor. In terms of heart disease, I always like to tell my patients that mild shortness of breath when you exercise can be normal based on your exercise level. But if you are in a group activity with a group of your peers and you are visibly short of breath, or you have to stop, or you're having chest pain, and everyone else seems to be quite comfortable with the exercise routine, that just signals that, you should have a conversation with your primary care physician about that. And like I said, aging can affect every organ in our body. So, another common concern I get with my patients is they're concerned about urinating too much. So we expect the bladder to kind of cause us to have more frequent urination as we age, because the bladder muscle loses its elasticity, and the pelvic floor support muscles that support the bladder and keep your bladder healthy, they start to weaken. So you may notice that you're using the bathroom a little bit more frequently than normal. That can be normal. However, if you're noticing that you're having excessive urination, and particularly if it's associated with increasing thirst, that could signal something like diabetes. So I would certainly get that checked out.
Well, thank you for that. Another question from one of our readers who wants to know, what screenings seniors should be prioritizing now if they've neglected routine care because of the COVID-19 pandemic?
Oh, what a great question, because the pandemic really has us as healthcare professionals, scared and nervous for our seniors that are out there, afraid to come into the office. Many people have neglected coming into the office for fears of contracting COVID-19. So definitely a lot of our screening care that we usually would have up to date has been delayed. So the first thing I would do, now that offices are opening up again, make an appointment with your primary care physician. Go in there, have your blood pressure checked, have some lab work for diabetes and your cholesterol. Those types of things are important. If you're already taking medication, have your kidney function monitored. Those are things that we like to make sure that are still staying healthy, that you may have neglected because you haven't had lab work in over a year. Talk to them about your screenings for cancers, having a mammogram, having a colonoscopy, and if you are eligible for any of the other cancer screenings, you may be eligible for, say, lung cancer screening or prostate cancer screening. Have that conversation, but go on in and have that a visit pretty soon. And as Michelle was saying, it is flu season, so in essence, not only our screenings, but making sure that we update our vaccinations, because some of them might be out of date. You may be, in addition to needing a flu vaccine or COVID booster, you may be eligible for your shingles vaccine or your pneumonia vaccine. So go ahead and make sure that you make that visit.
Well, Dr. Baldwin, one more question that I think we have time for. Because of the pandemics, people had their first experiences with telehealth. So talk about that and how it works and why it's growing in its use.
Absolutely. So I would definitely say everything COVID related was not bad, because we really got to experience this new phenomenon of telemedicine or telehealth. And I feel very fortunate having worked for Kaiser Permanente, because we already had telehealth and video visits incorporated in our daily patient load prior to the pandemic. So telehealth and telemedicine is really just a way to deliver and facilitate medical care that is outside of the traditional way of having a doctor's visit, which is a face-to-face visit in a doctor's office. So telehealth or telemedicine can be a video visit, it can be a telephone visit, it can be an email encounter, or some other form of remote monitoring, such as monitoring your blood pressure or your diabetes remotely. I would say that it's growing in popularity because really as a whole, we are busy people. So a lot of my patients, older and younger, enjoy having the opportunity to have a virtual visit. Now this means they don't have to take an entire morning session or afternoon session off work to see their physician, or a family member for aging seniors don't have to take that time off work to take them to the doctor. So now you just have to excuse yourself, go to a quiet room or a quiet office where you can have a full-on visit with your physician. Typically, though, I would caution you that this is reserved for, mild conditions like getting your medications refilled, or if you have a mild upper respiratory infection. I mean, we can even see something like a rash or something like that on a video visit. And if there's a need for a more higher level of care, your physician at that time would be able to tell you, okay, no, I think this is a little bit more than a telehealth visit. Come on in for a face-to-face. And I would say at Kaiser Permanente, I think it's actually improved our access to care. Now through telehealth and telemedicine, I have access to specialists that I didn't have access to before. As Dr. Bloom states, we work together. So now I have access to her through telemedicine, and I can get my patients that right now appropriate right here care to take care of their needs.
Well, thank you so much for that and for being part of our panel, Dr. Baldwin. It was great to have you.
Thank you.
Finally, we have a familiar face, Brendan from Georgia Relay. Sounds like you have some new things to talk about with us today, but why don't you start out with explaining what Georgia Relay is for those who are new to us?
Yeah, sure. Again, thank you for having me, Kevin. So Georgia Relay provides a variety of telecommunication services, and it's all based on an individual's needs. We are targeting those who are deaf, hard of hearing, who have difficulty with speech, or those who are deaf and blind together. And as it relates to our services, I kind of like to break it up into two different categories. So we have traditional relay services, and these could be services such as TTY or hearing carryover. HCO is the abbreviation for that, speech to speech, or STS. But then we also have a second category of service, and that's caption telephone, which is we call CapTel for short.
Well, talk about what caption telephone is, and you said you call it CapTel, just so I got that right.
Correct. So CapTel is a wonderful service. The way it works is attached to the phone, you have a screen. And so as you're having a call, you're listening to the conversation, but on the screen, the captions of what the other person is saying appear. And so it allows for an individual who's hard of hearing to follow along without missing details or having to ask for something to be repeated. For me, prior to COVID, I used to do installations of these CapTel phones in individuals' homes, and I can tell you, it's amazing to see how it's so life changing. I mean, sometimes there are people that haven't had a successful call in years, sometimes decades, and this is something that gives them the ability to have a successful call. So CapTel is honestly one of the favorite services that we provide. I like to talk about.
Well, I'm sure there are probably people who would be very interested in that for themselves or a friend or a relative. So I got to ask, what does it cost?
Oh, yeah, that's a great question. The best part about CapTel equipment is that with the verification of your hearing loss, the equipment is free. So hearing loss, the way that works, with the verification of that, there's a number of ways someone can go through that process. It could be your doctor, it could be a hearing healthcare professional. For veterans, they can go through the VA. And so with that verification, it qualifies you for one of several different CapTel phones that we have. And just kind of talking a little bit more about that, each phone essentially has the same features. We have one that the phone is kind of made to be more of a traditional phone experience, and then we have a second phone option that it has a touch screen on it. So for any individuals who are a little more comfortable with some of the newer technology, that would be certainly an option for them. Now, I mentioned that they basically have all the same features. One of my favorite features that I like to highlight is the built-in answering machine. And so if you choose to use it, what happens is it's going to caption the message of what the other person says. And this is crucial. You know, you have your family trying to get in touch with you. As we're talking about aging here today. You know, if your doctor is calling about an appointment or instructions on a medication, being able to hear that clearly is certainly very important. So, I always like to mention the built-in answering machine.
So what other services? I mean, you've talked about a couple of these, but let's just make sure I give you a chance to cover all the ground in terms of what people might be interested in or what would be particularly helpful to them.
Sure. We've kind of highlighted CapTel, but kind of to revisit the traditional relay services. Earlier I talked about TTY, HCO, which is hearing carryover, VCO, which is voice carryover, and then speech to speech. And that's really one, I don't know if we have the time to get into each one individually, but speech to speech to me is something that I do want to highlight. So it's meant for anyone who has difficulty with speaking. And the example of someone that may benefit from this type of service would be maybe someone who suffers from a stuttering issue, or perhaps someone who has suffered a stroke and part of their speech has been lost as a result. The way it works is we have a specially trained communication assistant, and they will help by revoicing what the other person says. It's also a wonderful service because it doesn't require any specialized equipment. So as long as an individual had access to a phone, whether it's a landline or a cell phone, speech to speech is a service that's available to them.
And as the outreach coordinator, tell us a little bit about what you do and how people can get a hold of you and if they're interested in these things.
Sure. So the best thing to do, if you visit our website, georgiarelay.org, there's a contact button there in the right corner, and you can send me a message that way. And I think that's probably the easiest. And then as it relates to my job, as I said earlier, as an outreach coordinator, I've had the joy of traveling the state of Georgia for the last 6 years. And so I'm always looking for ways to connect with either individuals that could benefit from our services or those who help those type of individuals. So, we don't just focus on the individual that needs a service, but we also focus a little bit on businesses as well. And another thing to highlight there is our partner program. We've created this based off of feedback from our users. And so what happens is maybe they will call a business and experience a difficulty with their call. Well, we want to avoid that, right? So the partner program will go to the business. It will educate them on what is a relay call, who's using it, and ultimately how to have a successful call. And then from there, we'll kind of follow up with some marketing on our end and welcoming them to our program. It's not just about the individuals. It's also making sure that businesses know how to take these calls as well.
Well, thank you so much, Brendan, as always. your explanation and the resources you help make people aware of are great, and we always like having you on the panel. So here's what we're going to do. We're getting close to finishing up, but I'm going to come back to each of the panelists and give you, let's just say 30 seconds each to just give folks watching sort of a parting thought, piece of advice, whatever you see fit in that time. And we're going to go in the same order. So we'll start with you, Michelle.
Yes, well, as Kevin mentioned, please make sure that your pharmacists are an integral part of your healthcare team. We love to work with your doctors, Dr. Baldwin and Dr. Bloom, to make sure that your healthcare is complete. Make sure to stop by, talk to your pharmacist about any issues that you may have, and also we can help you with those vaccines. So make sure to get that flu shot before the flu gets you.
Thank you, Michelle. And how about you, Dr. Bloom?
What I would say is that it's important to recognize that resilience is actually ordinary, not extraordinary, and that no matter what's going on, most people, even if they're struggling and they're stressed, are faring okay. And I would say that what's really important in these times is to take the time to connect with someone else. There's 3 things we need for happiness: doing things that we enjoy, doing things that keep us engaged with others, and doing things that give us a sense of purpose. It's really important to do those things.
Thank you. Shannon Pauley.
I emphasize that you as individuals have spent a lifetime accumulating assets, resources, and stories. It's important that you be actively involved in your legacy. And that legacy is not only going to be taking you down the course after your passing, but you've got to be prepared in case anything happens during your life also. So with that, I emphasize there's such importance with estate planning, and please know that we are here to assist you both at the estate planning law firm and in other locations.
Thank you. And Dr. Baldwin.
Yes, so I just want to remind everyone that upcoming October is Breast Awareness Month. So please, moms, take your daughters, daughters, take your moms, take your friends. Please go ahead and schedule that mammogram. And also for our aging seniors, I really want you to focus on fall prevention as well. This is something that can really affect our seniors. Turn the lights on when you're going to the bathroom, please. Don't just assume you know how to get there. And pick up those area rugs so that they can serve as a real trip-in hazard. So just making sure that you're mindful of fall prevention.
And Brendan.
Yeah, so just to wrap things up, I mean, I think that we've had a really wonderful panel here today, and we all are experts in our various, different degrees. And I think it's important to make sure that you take advantage of us. For me in my work, as I travel the state, oftentimes I hear, I didn't know something like this existed. I always tell people, maybe you don't need any of our services, but oftentimes others who do. So, and then to just apply that to everyone, just take advantage of us. We are in these professions because we love to help you all. So thank you for having me today, Kevin.
In closing, we want to thank our presenting sponsor, Kroger, for making this program possible. We'd also like to recognize these partners of the Aging in Atlanta program. Thanks for joining us today. Be sure to visit ajc.com/aging for updates on senior living topics and a recorded broadcast of this event. You can also sign up for our new Aging in Atlanta newsletter. And finally, thank you to our subscribers. Your subscription supports our journalists. If you aren't a subscriber, join us. Go to subscribe.ajc.com and sign up today so you can continue to follow our reporting in the Atlanta Journal-Constitution and online at ajc.com.
Okay. Oh yeah.